w styczniu. Bo 3,5 roku, no nie?
No tak, ale nie, to teraz można półtorej jeszcze roku.
No, w sensie tak.
If you don't mind, maybe you can just come here and close the door, so because there's a lot of noise outside. Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. There are still some chairs for startups on the first row, and also for the rest of you. Yes, please. Thank you very much for coming. I see a lot of familiar faces and also some people that I see for the first time. So how many of you guys are first timers to Thursday Gathering? Nice. I love that you're a very proud second timer. Nice. And how many of you guys first time in the open pitch session? So we have a lot of first timers at also both places. So what you're going to expect is hopefully you did your networking, you know each other a little bit more. We're going to first do a little bit of introduction on the judges part, and then after the startups we'll have 5 minutes to pitch and then 10 minutes for the Q&A. The main reason for us to do this more than anything else is giving a little bit of an added value to you. And I thought it would be also somehow good for both of you from the startup point of view and from the audience point of view to explain exactly how it works. A lot of you are on the stage or they're just in the networking area. And what happens is that you have a great idea and you walk around and ask people one-to-one, would you like to know more about what I do? But the reality here is that you will be able to have the same opportunity to explain it to way more than just one person. But what we offer is a little bit more than this. And what it means is that as soon as you apply, we qualify you, then you will have a 30 minutes qualification that somehow try to help you just to be a little bit better, and then come here and talk. It's also better if I don't do this. Would you like to say for 30 seconds how it was like before, like and after, just to maybe audience?
Okay, thank you. Absolutely great experience. We used to work on our startup for roughly 1.5 years and used to pitch in front of many, let's say, advisors or people just to verify our pitch deck. And it was absolutely greatest experience. I think Ahmad brings us the most valuable insights, and now it's like 5th iteration of the deck, and currently it seems to be almost perfect.
Also, just to be clear, that was totally improvised. So like it was not a sponsored or somehow, it's like put my friend in the back, it's like he's my brother, by the way. The similarity is not obvious. So with that, I will also give you seconds so that you also know who are the people that they're going to give you a little bit of more feedback about the startups, starting from the beginning. You have your.
Hello everyone, my name is Diana. I'm here in Venture Cafe and Ambassador under the Dominica together. So also additionally to this, I have a very great experience in sales and marketing. For more than 6 years I was working on Google projects, so I can a bit give you feedback about how to expand your business and grow across CE and EM markets. I hope my feedback today will be pretty good one for our representatives, so I wish you good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, but before you do this is a tough place, guys. So if you guys would like to do your job just to somehow try to make this less of a tough thing, give us more energy. So can we just have another round of applause? This is really good. Thank you. So very good.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Veronika from CAC Warsaw. So basically what we're doing here as a CAC, we're trying to build the place that innovation come through the doors and windows, of course. So I'm more than happy to hear about all your ideas because all of them has some good points, of course. So keep in mind that our critique is still to be better and to make you grow. So I'm happy to have you all here and enjoy the evening.
Thank you. One tiny thing that also Veronika didn't mention is that one of you would be able to get an access to CIC that she will be able to announce it at the end. So thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Dominika. I'm the program director of Venture Cafe Warsaw. So first of all and foremost, welcome. If it's your first time, feel that this is your home. We're organizing this event for over 5 years, so 220 events behind us. My role in the ecosystem is steering the activation, and I would be more than happy to connect people that are willing to connect with investors, grant givers, potential clients, whether you're thinking about growing your business here in Poland or expand to outside. I'm more than happy to help you out. I'm every time here, so feel free to connect, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the pitches of the startups today.
Thank you. Also 230 behind us, it says 231. So.
Hello, my name is Monika Ozdarska. I'm an improviser, but also a long-time graphic designer and some coach of public speaking and helping also doing pitches. And I'm here for quite a long time already, over a year, and I'm happy to be here and join you and try to help.
Thank you. So guys, the reason also that Monica is here is a lot of you are on a stage and somebody asks you a question and then you freeze and I was like, oh, I wasn't ready for that part. Startup more than anything else is an improv game. Like you don't have to know everything. You just have to be able to be natural and you be able to have a good delivery to either this is an investor or this is an audience or a client. So I really hope that somehow you would be able to get what you want from everybody else. I don't want to take too much of your time. As you can see here, so we're going to have hopefully first MyPet, GoJamin, and Playmaker guys. So hopefully you guys, whenever you have the first startup, make sure that the second one would either be on this side or that side, so that we would be able to have a smooth transition from one startup to the other. Before going forward, I really would like to just make sure that you guys know how to do QR code, because like this is a very important part of what we have. Nobody from here does not know what it is, because otherwise you would not be able to check in and have your badges here. I always just put this one here because this is an invention that literally started in Japan as a part of somehow try to improving productivity in a sense. And just putting a QR code is way better than putting URLs and everything. So we're gonna play a little bit with this. We have the OVHcloud that is basically powering this whole event. And one of the things that they have is they have a solution for startups that provide you with a lot of credit. On top of that, you have to remember that what OVHcloud is doing is that unlike most of the cloud companies, they don't lock you in. Meaning that if you would be able to choose them for the first place for your company, you can always come back and migrate to other places. So it's a very safe place for you. And also if you join them, this is more of a startup innovation part rather than just the cloud. So they help you with a lot of other things, including mentoring and everything. So you would be able to scan the QR code, go there, submit your application, and if you get the approval, you would be able to get it. The second one is a CIC book tour. I mean, one of you is gonna automatically get it, but those are only for startups here. But any of you, if you would like to have the tour, you will be able to scan the second one. The third one is a program from Fintech Bank Polski. I mean, Konrad, I think he's still having some fun somewhere outside of the country, but I would say that generally speaking, they're also a very good friend of us. That's why I put it there. This is the event for the Thursday gathering. I can see some of you guys, when you register, you did not opt in for the newsletter, and that is the reason that sometimes you come back and then you miss something. So registering here is not a mandatory part that you guys are following our newsletter and everything. So in case that you didn't, this is a place for you to have that. I'm a director of a startup grind, and all of these events, I somehow try to also promote it in that part. Sometimes, most of my events are here, so that's the whole story, but if something outside of that, you can also follow that part. This is a community of 4.5 million people globally. It hopefully will be able to help you, especially outside of the country. And the last part is the Startup Digest that I curate every week, the news of the startups of the last week, and also the events such as which are here every week. But the real problem that, to be honest with you, I saw that people don't read. And that was my biggest problem, because I was writing all of those things and then people was like, oh, that cool thing happened on that place, but I've never seen it. So one of the things that I managed to do is that I aggregated all of those things every week on Monday. This is going to be in the form of a 10-minute podcast. You can listen it on the weekend or on Monday for yourself. And then you would be able to know all of those things in your pocket or whenever you're just commuting just from your place to here. So this is also a QR code. And also I love that you guys are just looking at the QR codes, but you're not really like scanning it. So I know for a fact that you're not getting this, because like as long as you say, I just wrote it, so I just say, okay, so I totally believe you. But now that your phone is down, so I know for a fact you're not getting it. So If anybody would also later need these things, you can always come back to me and I'll try to do that because I don't want to waste too much of your time here. This is also the last part that this is a free HubSpot. If you guys would like to have it, there is no money attached to this. This is just the way that HubSpot is somehow supporting the startups. You would be able to somehow sort out your stuff, manage to make a better pipeline and everything. I just wanted to put this thing in the middle to be able to make sure that you guys would have a little bit of more added value for yourself by just being here. And with that, I would like to invite the Bookfully as the first startup. Guys, can I have a big round of applause? I will get the time. You have 5 minutes. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, my name is Alexei. Today I will tell you about Bookfully, platform for paper book lovers. And what if I told you you could read any paper book just for 12 zloty? It's cheap, less than cappuccino in Warsaw, and I will tell you how in the moment. And it started with Ira, my wife and co-founder of Bookfully. She adores reading paper books. The feeling of pages, the unique smell, it's her way to take a break from phone and laptop screens. And when we moved from Ukraine to Poland, she faced problems of high prices and poor choice of Ukrainian books. We are renting, so she can't keep a library. That's why she sells each book right after finishing it. Like many of us, she used OLX, but on OLX, everything is sold, including books. Even listing process is not designed for that. Searching for a book is very difficult because there is no proper categorization, unlike in any bookstore. All marketplaces solve only buy and sell function without offering to join a reading community. That's why we launched an Instagram community and built a website where people already can sell and buy books. We brought together over 18,000 Ukrainian readers. And we are shaping new reading mindset, where buying a book is not a final destination, but only one step in the cycle of buy, read, and sell. And it creates so-called habit loop where people which keeps book lovers on a hook. We are a team of 2. And I have more than 8 years of product management experience, previously worked as a designer, and I have technical degree. Ira has been working more than 10 years in creative field. She has strong marketing and visual skills. By the way, presentation created by her. Say hey to Ira. Okay. And we already helped to sell almost 7,000 books. Proving our idea, we received revenue more than $7,000, and the most important thing, we received tons of positive feedback with people sharing stories about us, creating TikToks and YouTube videos. How we are going to make money? We are going to offer paid subscriptions to let readers sell their used books on our platform, access discounted shipping rates, enjoy community features. Paid promotions to boost book sales. We will keep nearly 10% commission to ensure safe transactions between parties, and finally business accounts for bookstores to sell new books on our platform. And we are not alone. Global second-hand book market is growing by 5% annually, and reasons for this are high prices of new editions and increasing environmental awareness, promoting recycling and reuse. In 2024, market was estimated nearly $15 billion. We are targeting 10% of European market, which is nearly $400 million. And comparing to our biggest competitors, we see ourselves as a mix of Amazon's buying experience, Vinted easy way of selling second-hand items, and community of Goodreads. The closest to our vision is Panga Books. They launched 4 years ago and operate in the United States. We are currently raising a pre-seed round of 400,000 books. We have a goal to reach 10,000 monthly sold books in 1 year. And going back, how to read just for 12 zloty. I buy used book, read it, and resell at the same price, paying just delivery cost. So 12 zloty is price of in-post mini package. So it's my secret. Okay, while you scan QR code, Probably you cannot. And so I have a question. Is there any Ukrainian in the room who prefer reads paper books? Oh, great. I saw the first and we have present for you. If you promise,
But not
it's a
Ukraine.
great book about Ukraine. And if you promise to sell it after reading on Bookflip, it's yours.
Really? I'm from Crimea.
Yeah, it's great. I'm from Mariupol.
I will start because I have a microphone. So, Alexei, thank you very much. I think that one thing that struck me very positively is your ability to actually sell a book during a pitching competition. So, congrats on that.
I didn't sell it.
Well, I mean, you did sell a product. So, I mean, of course, you wanna reach your clients directly, and I think that the graphic design of the presentation and your way of narrative is really engaging. So, congratulations! I think you're doing a great job. I wonder, like, because you're narrowing the market quite a lot to actually only target the Ukrainian community. I would definitely advise you to think bigger and make sure that you can reach out further. I love the smell of books. I would love to buy a book from you, but right now I feel a little bit excluded from that part. So thinking, let's say, in your presentation about, okay, how are you going to engage with other communities? I did see OVHcloud over there. I did see MPIG, so I did kind of felt that this is also talking to me, but I'm not your customer because you're only talking about Ukrainian books. But I wish you a lot of success. I think you're on a very, very good path.
Thank you very much. Actually, we have additional communities for Polish people in Poland and English-speaking people in Poland, but they are smaller because our early adopters are Ukrainians and we kind of successful here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely about being biggest platform for book lovers.
Fantastic.
Okay, so what I wanted to say is that your presentation and your pitch was on point. So it has everything: the price, the market, then competitors, and the storytelling, which is actually something that almost most of the people are catching this part of the pitch because it's to the heart of people. So that's what most people thinking about. And yeah, it was very great. As Dominika said, think bigger, and I think that it's a really good product. So good luck.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much for pitch. I will support Veronika. That really was great that you had your personal story about it with your wife. That there was it was touching the heart, I would say. I have maybe the question to wonder about is now it's 21st century is all about AI, about internet, e-books, about people more going to the audiobooks as well. How are you going to keep your community in the way so they will keep going reading the paper books instead of moving to the internet, I would say?
I believe there is always will be a place for something cozy. That's why I have iPad, but I prefer reading paper books. My wife, I have a lot of paper books. That's why I think that it will be always market for people who prefer this old-fashioned style of living. I don't know. So maybe I'm too romantic.
I mean, for sure, some people there will be, but still, maybe you mentioned that you have some features for your community, maybe for future, just to think how you can, keep this community bigger. Because I also, for example, was the one who always preferred to read paper books, but in that I ended up now with the ebook, So it's very important also to keep going with your idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I enjoyed your presentation and I love it, and I like the idea, and I agree that expanding to other languages is a great thing. As a public speaker advice, I would advise you to take a brief before and just before you start, that you feel calm. And choose someone in the crowd which you know and speak to them, and you will feel more just relaxed to speak to someone you like. And that's for me, and I like the presentation and the idea, which is really, I would buy books like that. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. And I will thank you, Ahmad, for consultation, because he helped to change presentation a lot. So it's truth, the truth.
The only thing that I really wish you would do is I wish you would give that book earlier. Because you did your icebreaker at the end of your presentation. It's like, if you would get the book, you would hear the presentation differently than after that. It's like, this is a really big problem with the hospitality and tipping. It's like, I don't know as a waiter that if you would tip better or you. That is why I treat both of you differently. But in the end, when I see somebody pay 50% tip, and I was like, I wish I would do it better, but then I'm not sure if you will come back again. So make the best impression and the biggest impression in the beginning. And also, as much as I love what you said about the Polish books, that was a conversation that we also had, because the startups really have to stick to the minimum lovable parts. And Vinted right now is doing a great job. Amazon is doing a great job with Polish books and English books. But right now there's a whole different conversation that is also more or less, from my point of view, is this communist propaganda style. That if you would be Ukrainian, Russians wanted you to read Russian books. So for me, this would more act as a social activity rather than selling a book per se. I don't know how many of you guys as Ukrainians, you even have a paper book in Ukrainian at your place. I mean, aside from you that you just get one. But that's an issue, because I know people that they do speak the language, but still all of the books that are on the shelf, they are in a different language. So in a sense, you don't have that issue. In a different story, you could even be Lithuanian and have Polish books in your library, right? So that might not exactly resonate as much with the Poles as the Ukrainian. So thank you very much again for your time. And guys, a round of applause, please. With that, I would like to introduce the founder of MindPets on stage. Whenever you're ready.
Hello, everybody. So, first question.
Don't be shy. Yes.
First question, raise your hand. Who has at least one dog or cat? Okay. A lot, but not everybody. So my speech will be mostly for dog lovers, cat lovers, animal lovers, because we have a startup which name is the MyPet. It's a smart solution for animal healthcare. So on this picture you can find me. It's picture taken on the first year of veterinary study, because I am veterinarian, and also I am the IT developer, so different connection, but it's me. And also I am the owner of 3 dogs, Logan, Charlie and Shaggy. Shaggy is shy, and for that reason he don't want to be photographed, but he's lovely. So when we start to have animals, very often we have a situation that we have to go to the doctor with our animals. And in this moment we are starting to face with some problems, common problems. For example, we are going to one vet, another vet, second vet, third vet, and in each case we have some information and they are scattered. This information about health health records are split for different companies, and it could be a problem. Also, we have a lot of communication barriers, because doctors talk with strange language. I don't know, it's English, Polish or any other, and we have a problem because he talks one thing and we understand another thing. It's a huge problem. And also, I think that at least one had a kind of problem that he came to the doctor and forgot this small piece of paper with the prescription of drugs, of information, what kind of any other of drugs he or rehabilitation taken, or any surgeries were performed. We don't know that. We forgot about that, and those information are crucial in this particular moment. And also, we would like to, for that reason, we would like to help you. All of you animal lovers who would like to help to gather those information for about the medical records for animals. And you will, thanks for our product, you will have access for those information 24 hours from different companies, from different vets. You will also give we will give you also good feedback from those medical records which you gather in our application. We will advise you what you can do with those medical records and what you can do more better with your animal. For that reason, we would like to also ask for assistance for artificial intelligence to analyze those records and advice for animal owners. We would like to also provide the very good quality information for animal owners. The explanation of diseases, explanation of the medical records, and translate from doctor language to your language. How it will work? For example, mostly we will gather information from different sources, from vet clinics, from behaviorist therapeutists, rehabilitation therapeutists, many others. And we will gather, analyze. We will also take care about analyzing by experts those information. Also, as I said, we would like to ask also the artificial intelligence to analyze that and advise you something. And all of those information you will have in one place in our My Pet application. So why you should to think about us as a good moment to start to cooperate with us? Mostly we are on the market right now, and we are the professionals who take care about the animals also. So this is my team, me, Kasia, who is the rehabilitation therapist, animal physical therapist, and Justina, who take care about the social media. And on which stage we are right now? We started about 2022 with the first ideas. Right now we are on the good place that we have. We start to have clients and we are grow up. So we have also the competitors, but I see that those competitors could be also the chance to grow together. I think that we can help each other. So the biggest competitor, the Klinika XP, this is the company who provide the IT solutions for veterinary clinics. Vetineo, of course, Booksy, it's also a kind of competitor, and HiPets. So if you would like to know more about us, please go to our website, PhysioPro, or just write to us on contact@PhysioPro. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who's gonna start first?
Me, because I love the idea. I know that you mentioned only cats and dogs, but I'm the owner of the rabbits. And you can think that what can happen to the rabbit? A lot, trust me. So, first of all, it's a pretty good idea to have everything in one place, because of course, I know probably almost everything about my rabbit, but still you can sometimes forget about it. And what is a very good point of your app is that you will have a suggestions and explanation of the disease that your pet is going through. So that's super important. But about your pitch, what I would like to say is, at first words, I know that you love the idea, that you are super into it, and that you are believing it. So congrats, and it's a really good product, and I think that I will be the first owner of the app from the jury. So good work.
Thank you very much.
So thanks a lot. I love the energy. It's really great. But I wanted to point out, I want to be the bad cop this time. So I kind of don't really understand. The roadmap you showed, I think it's quite good that you have it. But I definitely miss a little bit of them on the partnership. I definitely miss the fact that it's quite well known to some people that know about the situation in the veterinary area, that we don't have enough veterinarians available. So this one I missed as well. I would love to learn, how do you plan to engage with your competition? How do you plan to engage with additional partners to make sure that you are the one person, the one go-to app on the market. So this would be great to see that available, especially on the roadmap, because it would be great to implement like, okay, so we already talked with this clinic, we already talked with that clinic.
Okay.
So kind of to prove validate your solution and whether you had any credentials. And to be honest, on the competitors map, I think there is currently more and more solutions coming, especially from a young startup scene. So make sure that you map those solutions accordingly and check what are your competitors doing at the moment. So to actually you can be even more truthful with your story. How do you differentiate your product compared to the others? Beside that, love the app. I think it's going to be a very successful one. But please make sure that you are even stronger in showing your market fit and showing what is your advantage compared to the competitors. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I also like the idea very much because I have a cat personally and I'm really a big hater of bureaucracy.
Only one?
For now. I mean, she's walking around, who knows, maybe it will be more, but for now it's fun. I'm also a very big hater of bureaucracy, you know, like when you have all the time to write in the documentation, all the like, drugs and vaccinations regarding the cat, and I'm usually losing it. So it's a really great idea. You mentioned that you have already some users. Would be great maybe to find out how many users you already have and what's the feedback from these users at this point.
Okay. So in this moment, the MyPet is it's a part of our business because the main part of our business is an application for zoophysiotherapeutists, Physio Pro, and the MyPet is a part of this application. And in this moment, we are just gathering data from Physio Pro, and we have in Physio Pro we have 70 clinics and about 1,000 of own animals, about 1,000 of animals in our application.
So it's like more B2B partnership, right? With
Yes.
with the clinics. And you need to have some certificates or licenses for it?
That's good information because in case of most of animal therapist business, it's not, we have not laws about that, only in case of some animal documentation, but not for pets, it's for food producing. We have some regulations, but for the rest we have not any regulations, so we don't have to apply for certificates or something like that, just the regular security, GDPR, and that's it.
Okay, got it, thank you.
Hi, it was very nice, and I'm not a pet owner, but I'm a pet lover. I like them. So that's the storytelling slightly more thing which I would add. When you talk like we do, we want, we will, blah, something like write the story. If you tell I did it because I have my pets, that's a mission you have. Or my friend did this, or my friend struggles with that, or there is a patient which comes with their dog. It's more personal, the story is more interesting because we connect to one story which is more, so I would change we to some specific story in the storytelling. That would be my one thing. And yeah, and I think the other thing, which is always my public speaking thing, root your legs in just one place. Because we are tend to dance as we are getting a little bit stressed. So just like, as I said before, take a breath and just root your legs in one place. We will be more stable and more confident. And I like very much the beginning with asking questions, and that's really great. So you get connections, and the question could be like, do you know that story which I experienced or my client experienced? That's why then you get the connection between people. So this little small thing is between, are you lovers or like pet lovers or pet owners? Because I might love animals but not have one.
Okay.
But if I have one, I'm very connected to your app because that's connecting to my problem. And just like.
Thank you very much.
One thing unfortunately we take for granted is owning a pet is a luxury. Like especially if you're not owning your own place, sometimes you're not allowed to have that. So the moment you're asking people like, do you own it? As you also mentioned, maybe it's better to start with just saying who is a pet lover, because loving something and having it is a different story. It's like how many of you love kids? How many of you have kids? I mean, if you want to have more of this,
We can have combination of having and
exactly. I will tell you also another thing. This is more of a storytelling point, right? So, how many of you guys know how many dogs he has? Okay, I'm just gonna randomly. Can you just stand up from here? Yes. What is the name of the dog that you remember?
Something about a shy one. Starts with S. That's what
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
You see,
Logan.
it was obvious because you pretty much made everybody fall in love with Shaggy. And that was the point, that you could just follow up with that level of a storytelling, that maybe one time he was sick and he went to the doctor and you forgot about one of your medicines or one of the documents that he had. And even though I am in this business, even I can forget about these things. Then that's about you and a dog that we love. And it's way better for us to move with that idea rather than this ambiguous idea that maybe one of you does have that or maybe you don't have that, because when you do have it, then I empathize with you. Another thing that is also is a behavioral psychology here. When you take a look at this road, and I am in this road, I see myself at the beginning of the road, and I would like to go all the way to the end of the road. But the end of the road is 2022,
okay.
and the beginning of this is 2027. So always look at yourself from the behavioral point of view. These are the stuff that guys, big companies made a mistake. Like Coca-Cola started advertising in Saudi Arabia, and everybody started just not using Coca-Cola because everybody reads from left to right, not right to left. And the whole idea went to the direction that there's a guy and he's drinking Coca-Cola and he feels thirsty. And I was like, why do I have to do this? And I was like, no, we are just saying that he was thirsty, he drank Coca-Cola and now he's happy. And I was like, no, he was drinking Coca-Cola and then now he's thirsty. So these are the issues that you always have to customize to your audience, right? So if you see yourself at the end of the road, people you see at the end of the road at the beginning of themselves. And for them, they have to reverse this whole thing to go back to where you are, right? But you did a very big improvement from before to now. So I would say that within this 1 week that we worked together, it's already a huge improvement. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Also, who put their names as XP? I mean, that's like Windows 2021. So, who is ready to go jamming? You go jamming?
Yeah.
Yes, ready?
Hello. Hi everyone, thank you for joining us at this incredible event. We are Go Jamming, event platform which helps all of you to find more such events and even cooler. Let's start. The story begins from a personal pain. I used to live in a 25 million people city, and even in such big place, finding something interesting to do was a constant struggle. You know that something around you happened, but there is no single place you can find it. It was 10 years ago, then I moved to Belarus, to Poland. There is no solution so far I can find in the market. On the other hand, we have event organizers for whom create a meaningful event for visitors is a challenge itself, and bringing users, bringing visitors is a constant struggle. So we developed an event platform which consolidates everything in one place, make it structured and personalized for every single user. And under events, it's worth to highlight that under events we understand everything, literally from yoga in park and finishing with a sushi masterclass or some Rihanna concerts. And if you are too lazy, just share your mood with us and our copilot will instantly provide best solutions. So we are not just listing events, we are helping you to find your next adventure, your next memorable moment. And as events are for literally everyone, we are watching at such incredible and huge market as 50 billion only in Europe. But what really highlights market opportunity is our own data, our own numbers. So only here in Warsaw, we are offering almost 4,000 events per month. Can you imagine? And during last year of MVP operation, we consolidated over 10,000 contacts of event organizers. That's a market only here in Warsaw. And if we are talking about markets, let's say like Berlin or Munich, it will be 7,000–8,000 events per month. Just imagine. And what makes us so special and I hope sexy for VC is that we are scalable. We are ready to jump on a new market, on a new city, literally within 2 days. We consolidate not only events, but everything about them. We know the trends, we know behavior of users, and also we know pains of organizers, who need what. And ecosystem approach, bringing together in triangle, let's say, users, organizers, and suppliers, allows us to stay flexible, to adopt to market shifts, to be ready for any pivots, which is absolutely invaluable for a startup journey. But more than the product, I'm proud with the team we built. It's a bunch of professionals which are staying with us for more than a year, and they are loyal without any remuneration. And we are 3 brothers, 3 founders, bringing on the table unique blend of experiences, of skills, and different perspectives. Last year we launched our MVP, just to be sure that we are solving something real, the market is big enough. So what we know, market is huge and it's very fragmented. So we are talking about dozens and dozens of products, but they are not useful. Demand is huge, both from a user side to find events as well as organizers to publish events. And we are able to generate significant traffic with constant engagement. We're going to definitely make money on it. First of all, from a commission of tickets being sold on our platform, as well as for helping organizers to promote their events and bring audience to them. For the users, it will be freemium model with a subscription, allowing them to have more functionalities and enhance their user experience. On competitive landscape, the Facebook, we think, is the only real competitor. But they do have events, but finding something on it is absolutely nightmare. So we are perfect blend, let's say, of number of events presented and user experiences. As the event planners, I'm pretty sure you can name dozens of them. They don't have critical mass to be useful. If it's app which offers 20 events, you don't need it. You will not explore events on them. And our journey, we started with MVP to prove market, to prove concepts, to validate market. Then we started to work on, let's say, market product with the redesign, with the launching apps for both iOS and Android, which is almost done. And now we are shifting our focus to monetization, to be prepared for scaling globally and first of all in Europe. So yeah, we'll start seeking for 450,000 euro, 70,000 of which are already committed. So feel free to join us. Yeah, and we will be glad if you will download our app, put 5 stars. We are still in beta, so yeah, we love your opinions to make us better.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This time I'm going to start at this side.
All right. I'll be first. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Oh, you can breathe now, right?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, yeah. I can feel it. You were rushing. I like the presentation and I like the graphics and
Thanks.
right. I know it helps a lot. You see what I'm doing now? Yeah. So that's a trick for everyone. If you speak and you turn your head or you don't, and then you can if you want to speak to microphone, and you want to improve your skills. It's just this is very easy trick. You keep it to your beard, and when you turn your head, everyone will hear you whatever you do. So this is just a technical thing. So I wanted to say I like the idea and I like the mission. For me, mission is important. If you would say someone chooses this by mood, is this the mood now, or they have to describe what they feel like, what they're looking for? So to me was like oh, I feel like bored what I'm doing today, or is it like the system or AI or whatever you use knows me because like I like movies or I like this or what? So this wasn't clear for me where your app will get the idea. If it's my mood today, if I'm feeling, I don't know, sad today and I want romantic movie, but I'm looking something in 3 weeks or in 2 weeks to do something with my partner, then it's a different. So that wasn't clear, but that's just a, and so yeah, so that's it from me, and just the mission and brief.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I will start working on breathing and probably visiting karaoke more frequent to use the microphone. Someday we'll definitely will know you so good that we will predict your mood in weeks ahead. But so far it's definitely a recommendation system which based on your behavior, definitely on your like family commitments. If you have kids, we will know that someday. But generally, yeah, you need to provide some information like let's say after work chill with a few colleagues nearby here, 50 zloty budget, let's say. That's something about what I said.
And just in case of storytelling, if you 3 brothers had that thing, like, oh, we love to do something together, I would again add this at the beginning as a storytelling point. Because there is a way, there is a reason why you 3 working on it. And this would be a storytelling point to start with it. You know what? We 3 are 3 brothers. We used to do this, or we did it, and we thought like, let's do something together, and then start from that.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely adopt it.
Thank you very much for your pitch. I really like the idea. I'm very passionate about events overall, from both sides, as participant, as organizer. I really like the idea that for users it's free of charge, so you're making money only on people who are going to, let's say, advertise or promote their events. You mentioned a couple of the competitors there, but I didn't hear such big competitors like Event Team, Ticketmaster, Get Your Guide, TripAdvisor. They are pretty big competitors, right? So the question how you are gonna beat them and how you are different from these competitors so to make others to bring their events to your platform, not to theirs.
Yes, that's absolutely on point. The trick here is what we understand under events. So Event Team, it's all about, let's say, commercial events. It's huge Rihanna concert, or I don't know, maybe hockey match, but not something. They will not be Venture Cafe will not be there. They're very, very high and very, very commercial. They are not about niche events. They're not about small events. You cannot make your events on Event Team. So far, maybe one day, but it's a little bit another story. And again, everything about quantity. Yeah, you are entering Event Team to buy a ticket for, I don't know, 32nd to Mars concert, but it's not some place you will discover. You will explore something new for you, right?
So if it will be, for example, the events which are not for the tickets, you are mentioning actually free of charge events, right? How do you think where they will have money for it to pay to you for advertising them on the platforms? You think they will be open for it?
It's a free choice if you want to advertise or not. Of course, building a community is part of our mission to promote them. Because they are making something free, and like this event, it's absolutely incredible that something organized on such high quality and take no money for it. So I think it's worth to promote them, but if you want to be promoted, yeah, you need to pay something, because it's like limited spaces. Or either we use our platform, it's a limited places how much events we can promote. We cannot promote all of them. Either let's say we are promoting them through ads. We have interviewed hundreds of event organizers, and I know they have passion about what they are doing, but they are not professional, let's say, in marketing. And organizing campaign, even now in our AI, let's say, era, it's still piece of cake. So yeah, we will take some commission for our work, but it's not something abusive, I think. I hope.
Thank you.
Hi. So first of all, in the audience is one of my best friends, who's the perfect match for this app because she's founding the most random events that happen in Warsaw and in Poland exactly, and she's joining them and making them part of their lives. So she will probably be loving your app. So I see like the potential in your app. I would think, especially in adding something like the most important thing of the pitch is how you are going to do that profitable. Because you know, for me, as an audience who will be using the app, the idea is great. I love to spend weekends with my friends, so this will help us a lot. Even last weekend we had a random run for 5 kilometers, and I'm not into sports, so that would be a perfect match for that. But still, if I'm going to invest in something, I would really like to know, okay, I hear what you're saying about questions that my previous speaker said, but still I don't see like the actual pattern for profits.
Yeah, actually that's why we try to move our own data as soon as possible. As I mentioned, only here in Warsaw we have already collected more than 10,000 contacts verified of event organizers. And by analyzing events, I know who need ticketing, I know who need marketing. I can suggest like, okay, it was the same events, 3 the same events last week, like you are planning. It's not the perfect time, think about it later. And so on. So it's all about big data. And we are talking only about Warsaw. I think like I could convert some part of like a 10,000 people organizing it, and it's still about scale. We were talking about only Warsaw. If we talk, okay, Poland, it's a very small market. It will be thousands, hundreds of thousands of event organizers. Yeah, we'll definitely work on conversion and increase it step by step. But I think such a big mass, I mean, the market is around, so.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to play again the role of a bad cop, but I can't find anything that will be a green or that will be a red flag. I think that you are hitting the need in its head. You're hitting the nail here, and I think that your model, your finance model, actually to me it's quite understood. You want to take out the users, the payers. And I scrolled a little bit through your Instagram site. Congratulations on building such a huge community within a year, because this is what I see you've made. 25,000 people only in Warsaw, and I believe that you might have done quite a decent of a research. And I have a little bit of a thing for doing a good research in order to pitch a product and pitch your idea. I keep my fingers crossed for you because I think that it's quite impressive what you've done so far.
Thank you so much.
I start from this side because it was not a problem with the pitch, it was a problem with the way you were pitching. Because like, people really couldn't hear you. And I also have to fix something else. I will try to see if I can just take maybe like a 30-second, like maybe 2 minutes of your time. And let's see if we can fix something. Trying to take over this company.
I will have to repeat once again.
No, don't worry about it. So you know, you can just always just have 30 seconds of me. So can I ask you a question? So how did you find this place?
Maybe in Facebook. It was ad in Facebook.
Facebook. Was it easy?
To read it? Yeah, I just see this ad and that's all.
Okay, thank you. And also, this lady that she is a little bit distracted. Can I also ask you another question?
Yeah.
How do you find your events?
Actually, it was my.
No, generally speaking, how do you find events? Do you go to Facebook? Do you go to where is the place you find your events?
Actually, from friends mostly.
From friends. Really good. So, guys, it is complicated. Some of you go to Facebook, some of you go to events. Let me introduce you, Jamin. Like, it's very hard to talk to audience and pretending that you know what they have. But they're there to talk to you. And because this gentleman helped me right now with his information, now he wants to get to know a bit about like, am I going to confirm what he said or change his mind or add something to him? But the moment that you have this invisible wall in front of you, everybody thinks that I cannot approach you and you cannot approach them. But when you break that wall, then everything is over. Different story. It's very hard when you have a pet, and I was like, oh, let me bring that dog and let me just do something with it. But that's what we did with the book. You went outside and came back, and you can do the same thing because this is an event. Like you're bringing people who are inside an event to your event. So just kind of hijack it, because if you understand that we are using friends, they're never going to use you. Because as much as like you would like to know, for example, like by your behavior, how I have to find an event, my friends know my behavior better than anybody. So maybe your first competition is a friend. And that is a point that is never going to be solved.
That's tough one.
Yeah, but that's the reality, right? Another thing that also I was a little bit skeptical about what you said was a laugh that you had about it for 150,000. You said that we have this and 70,000, so if you be confident. Just make sure that if you are not going to get the rest of it, you're going to miss out on that. That like kind of a joke that you had there, it kind of feels like you're not comfortable about getting the rest of it, so maybe I shouldn't put my money there, right? So be way stronger on this. And it's like, guys, like ice is melting. If you're not coming here for half an hour, it's your loss. So be a little bit more confident on that side, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
If I can just add one more thing, and I think that Ahmad, you awakened the dragon. One last kind of like a point of advice, because we're organizing here at CAC around 1,000 events per year. I myself organize around 80 to 100, and I'm your customer. I'm the person that actually might be quite willing to see, okay, how can we collaborate? So it will be also a good idea for you to understand who is in the audience, and also make that connection with how many events do you organize. And that's a really good point, Ahmad, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Let's just maybe
Yeah.
find something.
So, who are here ready to hear about playmakers? Guys, where happened your energy? Can we just have a little bit of cheers? I thought you were coming here with a yes. I thought you were coming here with an army, but I don't see all of your friends here. So
yeah.
whenever you're ready.
Okay. Let's kick the ball. So, Playmaker Pro is a LinkedIn, but for football. So, our mission is to help amateur players grow, succeed, and get connected. There are 265 million players around the world with talent, passion, and just one dream. They want to be noticed, but they have no impact to their career. No support, no tools, nothing, just clubs rarely attended to the matches, scouts too, using old methods of scouting, and a lot of career ends before they even start. So we decided, let's create them a chance. And Playmaker Pro is a tool that gives every coach, club official, player opportunity to grow, connect, and succeed. We educate them, we give them support, and by Playmaker Score algorithm, we just deliver the best players to the platform and mark them that they are the best on the platform, and using this AI tool too. Market is a huge, it's worth 2 billion worldwide, but we're gonna make and wanna reach 200 million. How we gonna make money on this market? So our business model is very simple. We're gonna just set this freemium account, give the free access to the players, and they can pay for a premium account for additional function and services. And we want to have 3% conversion. It helps us reach our goals. So our roadmap, now we want to hit in 2025 60,000 users and find this product market fit. Next year, we just want to go to markets like Spain, Germany, and Great Britain. And in this year, so we want to go global. So revenue projection, we want to plan growth from $30,000 to 500 million. So yeah, and we want to make breakpoint even in 2029. So how we gonna do this? We spent just 10,000 zloty and bring to the platform 10,000 users. We did this by collaboration, video content, performance marketing. And what next? We want to just bring to the platform influencer, content creator, and a football player on the broad. So to create an affiliate program. We had competitors like every platform, but yeah, they just offer small features, but we want to give the full experience of Playmaker Score, education, AI personalization, and gamification. What about our team? So we are a strong team. We worked together by 7 years. So we had on the board like IT developers, mentors, and Yes Accelerator. This is a Turkish investor, so they support us growing our business and open the right doors. What we have accomplished over the years, so we just raised this and gained 21,000 users, raised $50,000 from innovation voucher. On our platform, people exchange contact. Now it's 9,000 exchanging, and we have 200 paying users. And what are we looking for? So we are looking for 10% equity for $100,000. And we will just use it for finding product market fit and dominate the Polish market. And the ball is yours, be the playmaker.
Thank you. If you don't mind, again, I'm just going to start at this part.
Thank you, Ahmed. Did I understand well that this is for people who do sports or do
Football.
football?
Yeah.
And they do it, and they play it,
Yeah, and they want to be successful.
and they want to be scored.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
They want to be success because they want to be a professional players. Each of the amateur players has that dream to be a professional players, and our platform help this. Like LinkedIn, you want to just have the best job, and yeah, we create the place like that.
Okay, great. So I'm totally not in football, as you
Yeah.
can hear. So if you would tell, again, ask the question, who is a football fan, or if you in the audience, then I would be kind of I would know that this is what is it about. So I like the whole presentations. I understood, as you see, probably, but in case of storytelling, would be nice to give again, like why I'm doing it. So for me, it's important the mission. If you are pitching, it's like, what's your mission? What do you want to tell me as a client, as a user, as someone who wants to invest it? What's my mission to do this? Why I'm doing it, right? So if you do it to help, and that's what you explained me, that's a great explanation. How I know, and I love this idea. You know, if I was a football player or someone with engaged, well, yeah, that's for me. And again, I will not make it longer. Just from a point of view of the public speaking tools, is if you have a behind you, because normally we stand in front of the something, you have the presentation on the computer.
Yeah, okay.
So we tend to turn, and then we don't speak to some, we want to speak to audience, and we want to speak in front to someone. So you could stand in front of the computer, but still looking into eyes of the people and have that connection.
Okay.
And for me, that's it. And yeah, I hope there's a lot of fans of football here, not like me. And I pass them my mic. And congratulations.
Thanks.
On the contrary, I think your speaking skills, sorry, Monica, I think your speaking skills are really on point. You did keep a contact with a couple of people in the audience, so keep on doing that.
Yeah.
It was quite dynamic and engaging. I do have two questions. First of all, would be the performance. How do you want to, let's say, share the performance of the players using the platform? Do you use any additional tools to do that? How do you plan to merge them? What is the technology behind, let's say, only listing a CV or your successes, let's say, looking at the metaphor and combining it to LinkedIn? I want to know, like, if I'm looking for a football player, like, what is their success?
Yes,
Like,
so-
how fast they run? Like, how many balls and goals they score? I didn't get the point.
Yeah, so we have a profile. Every player can set up a profile and fill it by data. So this is the first of all information. Then we just analyze the statistic, because in lower league you have access to only few platforms, and we analyze, combine it, and make the playmaker score, which shows the potential of the player. So yeah, and it's a ranking. You know, the best player are on the top of the table, and we just promote them because we want to get them a chance. And in a lower league, there is no people who going to the matches and watches how the player perform. They just have a statistic, but we show it in a better way and open for everyone. Yeah.
Okay, and how do you build the statistics, especially of the players that do not have yet like data scores? So like if let's say I'm just finished my high school, I feel that I'm like the best in my class, and I would like to be a professional player. How do I make sure that the performance that I do, because you mentioned that you type in, so I can type in anything, that I, for example, do a very, very super fast sprint.
Yes, so just we don't need the information like that, because on this lower level, it's like you said, you can cheat, yeah, but you have only tough data, like statistic, how many minutes player played and everything, and we only use this statistic, and all information is just basic information like position and everything. But in lower league you don't have a platform which you can even say what's your position, where you want to just go to another level. You, for example, want to change the club or no changing the club, and there is no information in the lower league about that. So if you, for example, end education and you want to play football, you just go to the platform, set your just basic data without this data statistic, and for example ask a team in a very low league, hey, I want to join to your team, and if they accept this, you can go to the training and just start your career.
Okay, so maybe a tip for future. Think about API and think about connecting it to any health monitors, because this might actually be super helpful, and you would have a credential for that player, how fast they go. And sorry, one last question. Sorry, I'm taking a long because I have questions, and I'm also data oriented. In the let's say in your like finance prognosis, I don't know why your costs get so high at some moment. So like one of the fantastic advantages of having a digital application is obviously, let's say that you do not have, let's say in 2029, it's only then that you meet actually the costs with your revenue. And I'm wondering what does $8 million cost when you have a digital app? Can you explain to me why the costs are so high?
Yeah, because this implementing AI and everything cost, and when you are B2C business, you need to invest a lot in marketing to bring these people to the platform. Yeah, it's you need to just all time investing and have a big people behind you to bring these people and engage them all the time, because it's a big community, and yeah, this is why this cost is big. But where there will be more people, more players, because like I said, it's 265 million players only, which it could be our client. So the scale make money, yeah. So if you have make more money, you will get more money, and you need to invest to all time engage people and to build a big community. Because for example, we can make our team, playmaker team, and this could be a national team, for example, but in the lower league. So we have a lot of idea what could be a great opportunity to all time just bring our mission, yeah, that we want to help, because we were the player, we play in a lower league, and we have no chance to show up, yeah, and we need the platform like that, but we don't have it.
Awesome, thank you. Keep on doing that.
Yeah, so
I see you growing on the CAC corridors. So I'm not gonna lie that I don't know you. But what I really like about it is your passion of the sport. But my question is, are you in some future planning to do another sports than football only? Like, for example, I don't know, baseball or basketball or something like this. So is it something that you are planning, or you just want that platform to be totally focused on only football?
So first of all, we want to focus on football and make the best what we can in football. But then it's it's only just copy this idea to another sports. It's just simple because you will have everything. Like
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I like that you are open-minded for that.
Yeah, we know it.
Thank you very much for the presentation. From my side, I unfortunately cannot relate too much. I'm not a professional or amateur football player. It's the solo players here, I guess. However, I can give this short feedback. First of all, it's maybe a bit more interaction with the audience, as was already mentioned. I was you were really a lot of time watching on the presentation. Would be great. Like eye contact was great with some specific people, but still a bit much to the presentation. Yeah, I can feel it. I can see it, but just sometimes to have more interaction with the audience, so that we're listening to you more actively. And also maybe for the future, just you mentioned that you need a lot of marketing for the cost and for sales and so on. Maybe think about some specific partnership which will have for you a big cost. For example, collaboration with some specific schools even, right, where people still do not have this profile to write down there, but they're still a very high potential of future footballers, let's say. So this is also can be for you an opportunity of kind of lower the costs and at the same time find for yourself faster the people who will be really interested in this program, this application, because the topic I would say is pretty narrow. Not everyone can use it, but overall it's great. Thank you very much.
When you have a Turkish investor, I don't recommend you to go to talk another because they would take the money back. So you lived in Turkey, right? I also organized this event about Egypt, and the first I said we're not going to talk about football. There's somebody in the back and was like, why don't you want to talk about football? And I was like, because this is going to be a fight. And I was like, why do you think this is going to be a fight? And I was like, I did not even start talking about football and it's a fight. So there are countries like Poland that is better to talk about volleyball. But there are so many countries, South America, Turkey, I would say Spain, Germany, oh my God, it is better to be in a war than be inside a football match. So there are sycophants about this whole thing. Rule number one, I'm gonna start asking you a different question. You're a fit person, what do you do? What do you do?
Training.
What do you do as a trainer?
Boxing and gym.
Do you do football?
No.
So that's the first thing that you have to fix in this part, right? It's I do boxing and let me introduce you to football, right? So that is the number one. But you're making it even worse because I wanted to talk about football and paying attention to the ball. And if you're a boxer, rule number one, don't look down, don't look up, look at the front, right? So because they're gonna punch you in the face. I did try to do some, like a professional, I do MMA, and then I tried to do some boxing with some boxers. They would literally punch you in the face and I was like, guard up. So you don't have your guard up. That's why I started again by this side, because whatever is behind you and you forget about it, or the number you cannot read it, it doesn't exist. Okay. Better than that. What is that number? It was like 5,000. Good for you, 1 point for you. If you look back, or if you don't remember something, is a negativity on your side, and people will really get it. If it's about shyness or something, you can always either fix it or ask somebody else to pitch it. We have the same thing on that side. One thing I love about people who are pitching here is so much sense of family and brotherhood and this kind of stuff. It's just I love my wife, and it's I love my wife, and I love my brothers, and so you guys also have this thing with this whole team. That's why I was also surprised, because they have a big team here. Put that into the game, right? So it's a passion sport. Talk about this. And guys, please, can you talk about Facebook? I don't know what is the average age of people who are creating ideas, but please grow up. Unless you're working for silver community, don't use Facebook, and Facebook is not a competition. If you guys don't talk about TikTok, we're gonna have a fight. This is TikTok, and you're talking about Fiat that is driving faster than my Ferrari. where did you get that information, you know? So if I would like to try to get a person who is a good footballer, I'm on TikTok, I record a 30-second video of that person showing the skills, put it on TikTok, it goes viral, agents coming after that person. I will put that on my Facebook, only people who are gonna like it is the mom and a dad and maybe aunt and maybe grandmother. That's it, right? They are so different from each other. You can easily go viral on TikTok. A video that will take 50 videos on Facebook get 1,000 on TikTok. And if you don't go there, you're competing with the wrong markets, right? Everything is very professional, but you have to really work on what is the real problem and how we're really fixing it. How much an agent takes money when they just bring my kid to the sport, when my kid try to bring it to the league, and if I would just directly bring the kid to that place, because there is a lot of biases toward the kids. And then the moment you cut that, and then managers would be able to directly see the kid, then you're going to show your added value, right? Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
So with that, we're going to have another startup that is competing with Facebook. Anna. I mean, you have a beautiful name. Stanislav, not Anna. That's so whenever you're ready.
I don't have.
Did you get the clicker?
No.
No, I'm talking about the gentleman who is stressed.
I want to just.
I know that you have financial issues, but like, this is cheap.
Yes. Which one do I press? Just this one.
So this forward, this goes back.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
So, hi everybody. My name is Stan, or Stanislav. First of all, thanks to the organizers for the opportunity to present here. First question is, who has maybe parents that are in a senior age, grandma, and that they live alone? Yeah, okay. That's a lot. So Anna is an award-winning solution that helps your elderly loved ones to stay happily and safely in their homes, while you, being away, can keep your peace of mind. So let me just tell you the story of Grandma Wiesia, my grandma. Yeah, so she's not getting younger. What a surprise. And after my grandpa passed away, well, we were worried about her. Me, my parents, so my parents took her to live with them, but that was quite a tragedy, really, for everybody. We saw the differences. Traditional care, not a question. Nursing home, not a question. So what do we do, right? So the question was always, what if she falls? No one is around. No one knows what's happening, right? So I had a serious talk with her. We sat down at a table. I happened to be working on a solution that's just made for the case, just like my grandma. So it's a system, it has no cameras, no microphones, it can detect faults, and also has instant alerts so you can act. So how does the system work? So we designed our own app and our own devices, a smartwatch, which my grandma wears, smart sensors, which are placed around the house, and a GSM server, which just helps for the connectivity, plug it in, system works. And here are some examples of the app. So you can see, for example, the movement inside the house. The green one is the movement. You can also detect if there's cooking activity or the air quality inside the house, right? So you can see this is still in Polish, will be in English as well as in progress. And here are some pictures of my grandma wearing the watch. Or you could just stick the sensors to the fridge because they're magnetic, so it's really quite easy to install. Here a comment which my grandma wrote without my knowledge under one of our Facebook posts. Without any worries, I can be and enjoy being alone, and Anna makes me feel cared for. It reminds me to take my medication and my loved ones know whether I've left the bedroom. So I found this one quite funny, but of course you can just easily see if something's up, if it's 12 at noon, right, midday, she still hasn't gotten up. well, something's wrong, you can just act, right? Why choose Anna over competition that's also, hugely rising? So it has automatic verification of some tasks, of medication intake. You have a long-lasting battery of the watch, which is up to 2 weeks. Privacy first, no cameras, no microphones, unlike many other solutions. And it's the most advanced system. So you have the most advanced features, just like even the cooking, the medication intake. Yeah. Thank you for your attention. I hope we can stay in touch. Thank you.
I mean, just in case I said 20-year-olds don't go to Facebook, so I hope that you're not going to keep 20-year-olds in some, like elderly care places. Who wants to start first? I just want to say that you guys, the change that you did for the past 1 week in your presentations are just mind-boggling. Like, you have to see the presentation 1 week ago. Like, that was really good. Like, there was no picture in your presentation when we were doing this. And now that I see that your grandma is there, it's just like I'm wondering, like, why didn't she do it before? But great job.
Yeah, I was really proud of that presentation. Then you came in. Everything was just bullshit. But okay, I changed it.
Thanks a lot for that, Stan. I really enjoy the personal touch of that, and then if we can all agree that it makes it much more relatable, much more engaging. So well done on this one. I missed the price of the device. I missed the competitors' research. I know that because of the aging population, the market is growing, and there is plenty of other solutions. Also coming from other countries, definitely checking out from Eastern Asia, definitely looking into Germany. So to learn actually where do you position yourself on the growing market, it would be great to know. And I really like that actually you have a Facebook page. I think it's great. I think it's actually, this is the market that you want to apply for. And one last and very, very important part is the privacy issue. I think this is something that a lot of those devices do not take into account. And if I get older, when I'm going to be whatever age, I do not want to spy. I do not want someone to look at what I do. I simply want my relatives to know if something bad happens to me. So I appreciate it, and I think this should be a feature that you should make it as your biggest advantage.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, what about the other markets? Actually, in America or Germany, there are similar solutions. In Poland, you have nothing like that. You have senior bands, so just SOS bands that the battery lasts up to 3 days, and that's the only feature, right? So that's why, like, up till now, we've gotten like a lot of traction also from the leader of the National Institution for Caretaker Managers. Yeah, so they see that it's really important, especially in Poland. Germany will be more competitive for sure. However, there we predict that also the openness to solutions like that is higher. So yeah.
What about the price? How much does it cost?
3,000 gross for the devices, and monthly subscription around 200 zloty. So.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That's a good price.
Good. So good.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Good. I love the idea. My old family passed away, but I wasn't at state where I was looking for someone to take care of, or when I was living. So I think it's a very important subject, and I love the idea of having those tools. And I wish you luck that this works. And I love the presentation. And just from point of view of storytelling and public speaking, the same two things. One, tell what's your experience. Like I was worrying about my grandma because of, or my parents, and then start with that. That's very impactful then. And the other thing, just ground yourself in one place and breathe. And that's from me, and I pass back.
But just one question back. So, what? How should I have started with the story? So I started with the story, but
it's more like, do you, like, I think you said something like, everyone has this problem, you know that grandmas, that this kind of thing happens, and when you start directly, I remember worrying about my mom or grandma, then it's like, that's what we know what the problem is. You don't have to explain what's, you know, like, everyone experiences that, like, everyone has a grandma, you can ask, but when you say, I worry about my grandma when she stays alone home, then it's just like, this moment, it's the important thing. But that's not the only one thing you can do, it's just one of the things.
Yes, thank you.
It's just an option. And I pass back.
I will support Monica here, like also, I mean, obviously everyone has grandma, right? Like, this is not the question, like, maybe still alive, maybe not, this is like not the point. But this is like obvious question. The question mostly should be related to the problem which you want to solve, right? So it would be great to ask the audience this so they could more relate. I have also additional question. If you, maybe I missed it, but you are oriented only on Polish market and you have it only in Polish language, for example, or is it possible also to do for other?
So now the system is ready, ready to be sold. We're initiating the production. And yes, we're starting out with Poland. However, there already have been talks about the project in Germany, which will start March 26. I think we've done case study with Silicon Labs. That's why we also, which is an American, large American company. We will also, of course, try to go global, but you have to start somewhere. And yeah.
Well, I will just like hear more think not just about the market expansion, but I would say more language expansion in terms of the application. Because for example, for me, all my grandparents live in Belarus. Like, I mean, I feel a bit abandoned here, despite the fact that I have my grandma alone, and I want her, like, you know, to have this, but she wouldn't be able to use it because obviously she doesn't speak.
Okay, so maybe I didn't say that. She does not have to use that. If she wants to, she can use the app, but I don't. Or we don't expect any grandma or grandpa to use the app. So it's just for you to see, and you would be the one then scheduling the medication. She just has to take it. If she doesn't take it, you get a notification. If she takes it, you don't, and you can see in the app that she's taken it. Yeah.
Okay, got it. But still, like, anyway, users also can be not speaking only Polish, right? So I think your languages can be more expanded, and you can not only think about just like going to the market like as a location, but also think about the export, right, of your product from specific location to other places. Yes. And for us, especially like for people who are from Belarus and Ukraine, you know, like for us, we usually like buying, for example, the equipment here and go with it home and giving to our close people. So it can be really useful for us.
Sure, I will push the translation to go quicker.
Okay, so first of all, amazing product. Amazing app, amazing product. That's something that world is actually needs because as you said, our grandparents and our parents are not going to be younger, unfortunately. So that's the first thing. And second thing is the last sentence that you said, that your grandparents are not going to use it, is a very important part, because I can't imagine my grandma using any electronic devices. You know, we bought her the simplest phone ever existed. So that's a good point, and that's something that you should highlight in that. And the third thing is totally to you. You should be proud of what you thought about, because you helped your own grandmother, but you can also help a lot of grandmothers around the world. And in my personal opinion, you should be more, sorry, I forgot the word, sure and confident that's what I was missing about your product, because this is actually very, very good. So don't be so shy, because you thought about something amazing. So believe in yourself. Thank you.
I will, thank you.
Thank you. So a quick part also on my side. Not everybody need to ask a question. So if theoretically my part is about like taking care of old dogs and then like try to bring them somewhere because they're in pain, I want to say how many of you guys are just thinking that now is the right time that like maybe I have to do something. I'm way more scared and sad and worried than try to engage with you, right? This is the time that you ask a question that you don't need audience to answer. I'm sure all of you have loved ones that you would like to do such and such. Don't let them ask or answer the question, because this is the only part you don't have. Are you looking for an event? Yes. And I was like, oh my God, I'm scared. Like, what's gonna happen? Do you like books? Of course, yes. But I was like, how many of you guys right now are worried about your grandmother, right? Also, you're missing a huge point. How many of you guys are Ukrainian and you're worried about your family? Like, why are you just thinking that this is only grandparents, that they're living by themselves, try to have that? Most Ukrainians that are here, they have a single family that is literally by force staying somewhere else. And now I just would like to know that if my mom, my aunt, my grandmother, everything is fine for them, but they are alone due to the, let's just call it not chosen environment. They are there, so your environment is way bigger. Even the other startup that it was about sport, their audience is not 260,000 football players. They are fans of those football players that they also would be willing to do this. Same story for you. So the whole family can try to do, even if we ask me, do a fundraising and take care of the grandma. That's why I also don't even care how much is the price of the product. Because guys, I'm not really plugging anything on Netflix, but watch this first episode of the Black Mirror, then you know what I'm talking about. Like, when your loved one is dying, when your loved one is just worried about something, I was like, I'm gonna sell my kidney, I'm gonna sell my car, I will take care of grandma, right? This is not an option, but you have way higher chances to be able to go with places that they have higher family engagement than older generation. Like if in Germany you say the market is big, because Germans have a strategy of when somebody gets older, where they have to go and what they have to do with it. But in the Polish culture still is a taboo to do anything for grandma. So it's kind of like a disgrace for the family that I'm not taking care of her. So I'm not gonna stay very proud and say that like, I took care of my grandma, I'm not gonna bring her to my place and I put an IoT device. And I was like, which kind of a granddaughter are you, right? But in Germany, and I was like, good job, like, does it have a certification, you know? So a different country with different culture will just look at these things in a different way. So I don't even think that much like American culture, Australian culture, German culture, Anglo-Saxon culture would look at it like a Central Eastern culture, right? Whole different story. If you manage to do this for Ukrainians and for people that they are trying to have that, you're not only going to help the that specific part, but you're very quickly going to expand the horizon. Thank you very much, guys, for coming here. We are going to have this every month. So as you can see, there's a big, hopefully, a leap between where you are and where you could be just by being able to be here. So feel free to reach out, submit your application, and looking forward to seeing all of you next week, but maybe this time on this part. And also, we don't have any age limit, and I'm saying it both to you and everybody else. So we don't want this event to be only, like one specific type of people. So don't worry about the stage of your idea. Don't worry about if there is a problem. We will fix it together. But the most important thing is that you will be heard and you get the right feedback so that you will be able to make your product even better. Thank you very much for our judges that they give us the time, and for all of you, and see you next month-ish. Yes, thank you. Yes, there is a winner here. Sorry, I forgot about the winner part.
Yeah, so everybody's the winner, but today I had a pretty big struggle with two companies to be to be the companies who will be joining the CAC. And I'm not gonna lie that I can't decide, so I chose two. So I will explain it to my boss later. But Benjamin and Anna you or the companies that will be, I would love to have you in our community, because I already know who would I connect you with. So yeah, thank you for your presentation, for your product, and hope to see you on the corridors of CAC.
Thank you very much. So, did I miss something else? No? All good? Thank you very much, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.